two retired couples, same cul-de-sac in suburban Tampa. Both 68, both worked 40 years, both retired with almost identical nest eggs. Couple A pulls in driving a leased 2025 Lincoln Navigator. Behind it sits a 32-foot Class A motorhome, used 3 weekends all year. The mailbox just delivered an $800 country club statement. Yesterday, $200 went out on Venmo to their daughter. Couple B drives a 2014 Toyota Highlander with 92,000 miles. No boat, Costco groceries. The watch on his wrist is a Seiko he bought in 1997. 20 years from now, one of these couples will run out of money in their early 80s. The other will leave their grandkids a small fortune. From the outside, you cannot tell which is which, but the math can. My name is Nick, and I spend way too much time thinking about why the people who look richest are usually the ones running out of money first. Here are the 10 things wealthy retirees stopped buying to stay wealthy. Number 1. A new car every 3 years. A $50,000 SUV loses roughly 60% of its value by year 5. That's $30, 0 in depreciation, whether you drive it or just stare at it. Thomas Stanley, who wrote The Millionaire Next Door, found that more millionaires drive Toyotas than BMWs. About 37% bought their car used. The typical American spends roughly 30% of their net worth on a vehicle. Millionaires spend about 1%. Meanwhile, the dentist on his 4th leased BMW since 2019 is paying $850 a month. Forever, convinced he's getting a deal. He is not. He is renting status from a man in a polo shirt. If you swap a 3-year trade-in cycle for a 10-year hold starting at age 50, the avoided depreciation plus invested savings adds up to roughly $400,000 by age 80. That's not a car. That's a second retirement. Number 2, boats, RVs, and trophy vehicles. You know the line, the 2 best days of owning a boat are the day you buy it and the day you sell it. It's a cliche because every retiree who's owned one nods grimly when they hear it. New RVs lose 20 to 30% in year 1. Class A motorhomes lose more than half their value by year 10. Add storage, insurance, fuel, and slip fees. That's $3,000, $8,000 a year on a modest boat. Stanley found there were nearly 5 times as many boat owners in America as there were people who left an estate of $1 million or more. Most boats are owned by people who cannot actually afford them. A couple drops $150,000 on a Class A motorhome at 65. Over 10 years, fuel, maintenance, storage, depreciation, the all-in cost per week of vacation, $9,700. For that, you could be at a private villa in Tuscany. Instead, you're emptying a black water tank in the rain. The wealthy rented the RV for the one trip they wanted. That's the whole difference. Number 3, timeshares open eBay right now. Search timeshare. There are listings for $1, not $1,000. $1. Current owners will sell their real estate for less than a vending machine soda just to stop paying maintenance fees. Timeshares bought for $20,000, $40, 0 routinely resell for under $100. And every year, maintenance fees of $900, $3,000 keep coming, rising forever. Your kids inherit it. The math, $15. Upfront plus $900 in fees for 15 years, $271 per night for a room you can only use in one location. The Marriott down the street is $189 with free breakfast and no sales seminar. Number 4, whole life insurance and bad annuities. A healthy 30-year-old can get a $500,000 term life policy for about $20. The whole life version, $400 dollars. That's a 20x markup, mostly commission. If you took that monthly difference and invested it in an S&P 500 index fund, over 30 years it compounds to $560,000, 700,000. The whole life policy builds maybe $50,000, $80,000 in cash value that you have to borrow against and pay interest on to access. It's your money. They charge you to use it. Then there's the variable annuity, the product retirees get sold most often. Kiplinger documents all-in fees of 2 to 4% annually. One Pennsylvania client was paying nearly 4% on a $1, $7 million annuity. Her product generated $88,000 in income. A comparable low-fee product would have generated $177,000. That's $89,000 a year lost to fees for 20 years. The wealthy retirees rule. If the person selling it is on commission, the product isn't built for you. Number 5. The second home you swear you'll use. The pitch sounds beautiful. 10 weekends a year, grandkids will love it, will rent it out. Every word is a lie you're telling yourself. You buy a $400,000 lake house at 65. Property taxes, insurance, HOA, lawn service, $16,000 a year before you spend a night there. New roof in year 7, $18,000. HVAC dies in year 9, $9,000. By year 5, your knees hurt and the drive feels longer every time. Stanley's data is clear. Income affluent people buy second homes. Real millionaires rent for the 1 month a year they want to be there. Same view, same lake, none of the maintenance or sunk capital. That $400,000 invested at 7% for 20 years is $1. $5 million you could have left your grandchildren. Instead, you left them a dock that needs replacing. Number 6, the country club median country club initiation fees rose from $29,000 to $50,000 between 2019 and 2022, a 72% jump. Annual dues, $1, $500, $10,000. Add cart fees, guest fees, and the quarterly food minimum, a fee forcing you to eat there even when you don't want to. Realistic all-in cost, $15,000, $25,000 every year, forever. Say you play 30 rounds a year at $20,000 in dues, that's $667 per round. The same course charges walk-ins $50. You are paying 13 times the per-round cost for slightly better tee times and the right to say at the club at parties. That's not a hobby. That's a subscription to feeling important. Number 7, monthly Venmo to your adult kids. Half of all American parents with adult children provide regular financial support, averaging $1,474 a month. That's $17,688 a year. You worked 40 years. You skipped vacations. You drove the same car for 12 years. You said no to the kitchen remodel. And now, in the years that were supposed to be yours, you are transferring $1,474 a month to someone posting from Barcelona. The math, $1,474 for 10 years, $176,000. At a 4% safe withdrawal rate, sustaining that indefinitely requires an extra $4 million in your nest egg. Wealthy retirees are clear, episodic, not routine. A wedding gift, a down payment, an emergency, that's generational wealth. The standing monthly transfer, that's not love. That's a hostage situation where you're paying your own ransom. Number 8, status watches and everything they represent. Stanley's study found that 50% of American millionaires had never paid more than $235 for their most expensive watch. In the 2009 follow-up, Stop Acting Rich, Seiko was the S1 watch brand among millionaires. At 19.5% market share, Rolex was second. Millionaires who wore Rolexes usually received them as gifts and were embarrassed to wear them. The guy paying $20,000 for a watch isn't the millionaire. He's the guy trying to look like one, what Stanley called the pseudo-affluent, income rich, asset poor, confused about which one matters. In retirement, the audience you used to dress for, clients, colleagues, the boss, is gone. The only person looking at your watch now is the cashier at the pharmacy. She does not care. Number 9, death by 1,000 subscriptions. The average American spends 273 mon on subscriptions. The average American thinks they spend $62. That's a 211 mon gap, over $2, $500 a year, on things they personally chose and signed up for. Then there's the delivery app tax. DoorDash marks up menu items 10 to 20%. then adds a service fee, delivery fee, and tip. A $15 meal becomes $30, $35. One analysis found Postmates marks up food 92% all in. You're paying nearly double because someone's Honda Civic carried it 4 miles. The wealthy retirees move, a 1-hour subscription audit in year 1 of retirement. Cancel what you don't use. Skip the delivery apps. Free up $4,000. Invested at 7% over 20 years. $175,000. 1 hour. Number 10, the first 5 years of retirement. This is the most important one. Researcher David Blanchett published what's now called the retirement spending smile. Spending actually declines through your 60s and 70s, hitting a trough around age 84 before ticking back up for healthcare. The average retiree spends about 20% less than they think they will. But the first 5 years? That's the retirement risk zone, the window where one bad market year combined with overspending can permanently shrink your portfolio. It's called sequence of returns risk. 2 retirees. Same $1 million. Same average return over 30 years. The one who gets bad market years at the beginning runs out of money. The one who gets them at the end dies with millions. Same return, different order, wildly different outcomes. This is why wealthy retirees defer the trophy purchases. They don't buy the boat in year 1. They wait 3 to 5 years. They let the risk zone pass. They make sure the math is still working before they spend the windfall. Everyone else retires on a Friday and puts $80,000 on a Mercedes by Monday. The market does not care about your fingers. You don't need to skip all 10. You shouldn't try. Retirement is supposed to be enjoyable. The point isn't to spend nothing. The point is to stop hemorrhaging in categories that don't actually improve your life. Cut 3. Drop the new car cycle. Walk away from the country club. Cancel the monthly Venmo. That's $47. 0 to year, you've stopped lighting on fire. Over 20 years, more than $2 million in compounded wealth preserved. That's the entire gap between couple A and couple B on the cul-de-sac. Same income, same starting nest egg, same lifestyle on the surface. But couple B is going to die rich. And couple A is going to spend the last 5 years of their life quietly running the numbers, wondering how the math got away from them. The wealthy retirees who stay wealthy don't have a secret. They have a list of things they refuse to buy. The math doesn't care.